Rebecca Simon Peter with Spiritual Mojo. 15 minutes to uphold your spirit, uplift your consciousness, and up level your faith. So, 40 days, 40 days and counting. 40 days until what? 40 days until January 1st, 2021. Better times are coming. It's not just that 2020 was such a difficult year, it's that there are things that we can do to make 2021 an even better year. So the good news is that you get to be a part of it. And I want to talk to you about two ways to get on board with this and to help usher in better times. So Jesus talked about the kingdom of heaven. He talked about it being at hand and he talked about it being within. So there's two ways that we get to participate in the kingdom work, when it's at hand, when it's around us, and also the ways that it's within us. So first I want to talk about the kingdom being around us and how to participate in kingdom life around you. So orient yourself towards making this world a better place. Look around you and ask, what does the world need that I can contribute? What does the world need that I can contribute, or what do I have within me that the world would benefit from? So there are a number of ways to do this. Number one, you can speak up on behalf of people that need an additional voice. You can fight injustice. You can participate in making sure people have enough food. You can give to food banks. You can help out at Thanksgiving and Christmas time. You can feed people. You can comfort the sick. There's a lot of sick people right now with COVID. My husband got tested positive for COVID the other day. And comforting people who are sick, being with people who are in tough times. There's a lot of death that's happening around us. You can visit the brokenhearted. You can be there for people that have experienced a loss in their lives. You can encourage the people that are dispirited. There's so much discouragement in the world right now and dispiritedness. You can be a part of that. Look for people that are down. Look for people that are having a tough time. You can encourage them on Facebook. You can encourage them face to face, mask to mask. You can write letters. You can send emails. We're hosting a Zoom birthday party for my mom for her 84th birthday. Shh, it's a surprise. But that's an encouragement of the dispirited. My mom has ALS, not an easy disease to live with. You can befriend the lonely. People are having a tough time. People who don't have anybody else right now. My dad was telling me a story about a dear friend of his whose husband died some years back, and she's going through a tough time with cancer, and she's lonely. There are people around us that are lonely that you can really reach out to. And all of that is beautiful work. That's the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And how do you usher in more and more of the kingdom around you? And this is the work of the third dimension, the physical world, doing the things on the physical level that make a difference in our lives, in our physical lives, in our bodies, in the world around us, in the systems that we live in. Now, the downside of just paying attention to the kingdom of heaven is at hand on the physical level is that frankly, there may not be enough of you to go around because there's a lot of need in the world. And it can take a lot of effort to make a very big dent in the needs that are around us. And in the third dimension, there's a lot of strife, there's a lot of ego, there's a lot of posturing. Look at the political world around us right now. That's all you need to know to tell you that there's a lot of, I got to make sure I get mine. And people wanting to look good and people not wanting to look bad. That keeps us very disconnected from what's in our heart to give when the focus is on, I hope I don't look bad and I hope I look good. So it takes a lot to smooth over all that ego and hurt. And much of the pain and suffering that we see around us is a result of people not wanting to look bad and people wanting to make sure they look good. And out of that, there's separation, there's disconnection, there's loneliness, there's suffering, there's isolation, there's anger, and all the discontent and the strife that goes with it. So that'll keep us busy for a long time, overcoming injustice and making sure that people have what they need to be well in the world, to function well. That's third dimension work, physical plane that we're on. Very important work. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. But there's another dimension in which we operate, and that is the fourth dimension. So I want to talk to you about how to operate in the fourth dimension. That's to attune your spirit to the Spirit of God. To attune your spirit, your heart, your soul, which I talk about a lot on Spiritual Mojo, to the Spirit of God. And this doesn't happen so much in the physical world as in the spiritual world. This is the kingdom of heaven is within. Now, how do you do this work? This work is about keeping your peace. It's about having equanimity. It's about understanding what's going on in the world around you, but being so connected, spirit to spirit, this world to this world, that you actually, in having this connection, this practice actually raises the vibration of the world around you. This is about practicing hope. This is about giving from the Spirit of Christ that's within you. This is about seeing the Spirit of Christ within others and operating spirit to spirit, heart to heart, Christ to Christ, life to life. And when you do this work, here's the cool thing about this work, the fourth dimension work. It actually doesn't matter how many people you touch directly because you are part of the waters that raise all ships. And if you've been paying attention to Spiritual Mojo, you know that I speak at this level a lot during these broadcasts. That you're part of the waters that raise all ships when you're actually tuned into the spirit world. HeartMath Institute, a scientific institute that studies the work of the heart at the spiritual level and the physical level, shows in their research that when you do this kind of work, you are actually tapping into care and connection and appreciation and compassion that raises the vibration on the planet. It's not just a phrase, it's not a throwaway phrase. There's actually scientific proof and evidence of this work. So there is the kingdom of heaven at hand, the work around us in the physical world, that's the third dimension. There's the kingdom of heaven within, and that's the spiritual work when we're operating on the spiritual plane. And one person can make a tremendous impact because you're helping to raise the vibration in which everybody benefits. I like to think of that as making the peace that passes all understanding more accessible and more available to each and every person. So there's so many ways to make a difference in these last 40 days of 2020 as we head into 2021. Better times are coming. You can be a part of it. I encourage you to be a part of it. In my next broadcast, I'm going to talk about a specific way that I'm doing that. And I look forward to connecting with you week by week and supporting you in making a difference on the planet, in the spiritual world, for life, for creation, for all that we are, all that we have, and all that we do. In Jesus' name, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is within. Live in this kingdom today and amplify the kingdom for those around you. Thank you so much for being here for Spiritual Mojo today. It's a pleasure to be with you. As always, I always look forward to our times together. And signing out for today. Take care.